Hello everyone, my name is Naufal Budiman and now I'm about to fulfill my final exam, academic speaking for scientific purpose in the form of video. And today I would like to discuss feedback that matters, focusing on how English teachers can provide constructive feedbacks in EFL classroom. As we know that feedback plays an important role in shaping students' experiences and confidence. There are three key points. Feedback is central in language learning. EFL learning often fear making mistakes. Quality feedback can shape motivation and progress. While in EFL learning, students often feel anxious about making mistakes. For many learners, speaking English in class can be stressful. For example, some students already know the answer, but they stay silent because they are afraid of being corrected in front of their friends. This shows that feedback is not only about language accuracy, but also about emotion and confidence. Therefore, teachers need to be careful and intentional when giving feedback. So the question is, what is constructive feedback? Constructive feedback is the feedback that helps students improve their performance. It is clear, specific, and focused on the learning goals itself. For example, instead of saying, your statement is wrong. No, that's not the answer. That's not appropriate. Uh, that was fault. A teacher can say, your idea is clear, but you need to work on your the verb tense. Yeah, this type of feedback shows students that mistakes are part of learning, not something to be ashamed of. Next, why feedback matters in EFL. Improves language accuracy, builds learners' confidence, encourages active participation. Well, feedback is especially important in EFL context because students have limited exposure to English outside the classroom, based on my experience, right? In many cases, the classroom is the only place where they practice speaking English. When feedback is supportive, the students feel more confident to try again, even they do mistakes. Over time, this confidence helps them become more active and independent learners. On the other hand, negative or unclear feedback can make students lose motivation. So, here are types of feedback in EFL: immediate versus delayed feedback, oral versus written feedback, teacher, peer, and self-feedback. Based on my experience in junior high school, there are several types of feedback used in EFL classroom, especially in my class. Teachers may give immediate feedback or delayed feedback depending on the situation or activity. For example, during a speaking activity, a teacher might say, "Oh, that's a good idea. We'll talk about the grammar later, right? Okay, see you." This allows students to focus on fluency first. In addition, feedback can be oral, written, peer-based, or self-reflective. These types of feedback help students become more responsible for their own learning. So how to give constructive feedback? These are strategies for providing constructive feedback. While to give constructive feedback, teachers should focus on meaning before form, especially in speaking activities. Correcting every mistake can interrupt communication and reduce confidence. Teachers should also use a positive and respectful language. For example, the teacher might say, "Oh, you are improving, but you still need practice with pronunciation." Or, "Oh, you're almost there. You're almost there. Come on." Sounds more encouraging than simply pointing out errors. Most importantly, feedback should include clear suggestions so students know that what to do next. Alright, this is my favorite part because I believe that to everyone who watch my video, whoever you are, even you are an English teacher, I believe that you often or always give feedback to your students in your own EFL classroom, right? But based on my experience, one common challenge is overcorrecting my students. When the students are corrected too often, they stop speaking immediately. I don't know how before, but I realized that another problem is feedback is too general, like or such as, "Oh, good job, nice, okay, all right, try harder, try harder, think think again, think smart, don't be late, don't be like that, please, uh, stop taunting," or "nice try." While this comment sounds positive, they do not help students improve. Teachers also need to be aware of students' emotional reaction, especially in public feedback situations. To conclude, feedback should be viewed as more than simple error correction. It is a powerful teaching tool that supports both language development and learner's confidence. We as English teachers should provide feedback that is clear, constructive, and of course encouraging. When feedback is delivered with care and purpose, the students feel safer to make a mistake and learn from them. Last but not least, effective feedback not only improves students' language skill, but also fosters positive attitudes toward learning English. Thank you. May this video help you guys. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.